Alright, time for another field test game. This time I'm playing blue-red or blue-black tempo against Skagra. I don't really mention my opponents here usually. So I guess how good this hand is depends on what I mill with my mill 3 1-drop. Do I want to take that gamble? Not really. I'll just mulligan here. Oh, this is also really bad. No early game cantrips. I run 8 cantrips. It's not really. I'll go down to 5. Well, this is also quite bad. Whatever. Maybe I get there. I am also not on the play, which is fine actually because I want to draw my second land. You're going to have a tap turn 1. Okay, I did get my second land. Do I need to spell pierce their turn 2 play? Not. I don't really want to do that. I'll just get this guy down first. And I milled over an instant. This gets me a sorcery, but I don't have anything. I don't have a payoff for these guys. They're going to fetch end of turn. And they're going to fetch their tap land. Fiction sign. Okay, they're doing the looting thing with this. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Let's see what I can do here. I guess I go Rising Floodwaters and then hold up Spell Pierce and see what they have. Yeah, I see what they have and then hold up Spell Pierce against whatever they have. Oh, interesting. I think they're really incentivized to instant Brilliant Knight me, and then I can just Spell Pierce that. I think I should be taking the eye here because that helps me. I should be taking the Bereave, honestly. Is it Bereave or is it eye? Let's take the Bereave. Let's start attacking their counter spells. Although, to be honest, I probably should have taken their eye because that's their removal. And they're going to fetch Island. That's fine. So I'm up to 2 spells in yard. This thing, if I can get 2 more spell casts, then I will be able to flash this thing in next turn. It seems like they're playing Grixis control, right? Counter up to target. Oh, I guess that's one reason to be going into red for your control deck. I was also building Grixis control. I was building blue-black control, but I was thinking about splashing Grixis. They're going to go Fiction Sign. That's fine. Are they playing around Spell Pierce? They are playing around Spell Pierce. Alright, sure. That's fine because... Oh. Well, I don't actually have another land to play this turn, so... Yeah, here's what I have to do here. So I orchestrate here, play out the land again, swing, just keep pulling up Spell Pierce, and then pass the turn. If they want to just keep passing against each other, then that's fine. Well, in that case, maybe I should have taken Eye instead of whatever. Yeah, I probably should have taken Eye instead of Bereave. Okay, so like, there actually is one thing I can do here. Like, I can actually deny them the draw here if I want to. Actually, if I spell Pierce right now, I get this thing off. They're forced to Bereave me, or else I get 2 Prowess triggers and this thing survives. Alternatively, I can delete Spore Swarm, but that has no good target. So yeah, I just go Spell Pierce here. Let's see if they want to Bereave that. And if they do, then I think that also works out for me because, I know, it gets 3 cards in yard. That's still not enough to play the big robot. Yeah, they're going to Bereave that, it seems. Oh no, they're just paying for it. Okay, yeah. Now they're thinking. Wait, they just let that happen. Okay, sure. So then this happens. Draw 2 cards from that. Nice, I got a second one. And they still have a Bereave up for my reinforced responders. Or I don't have a way to deal with their. Oh, I closed their hand. I don't have a way to deal with their eye that's coming down sooner or later. So I do need to top deck it into a counter spell sooner or later. But this exchange worked out pretty well for me. Is there anything I can do graveyard wise? 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 minus 4 is 2. So this thing is actually castable right now. So in that case, I should just play out Glimmering Reef and swing, and then see what my opponent wants to do. Yeah. Actually, so like the problem here is that if they just pass here, I can't really afford to jam this thing into a Bereave. Well, if they don't do anything, I just crack Glimmering Reef. Or like they tap out for eye, I flash this thing in end of turn. They don't know that I have this in hand. They're going to... Oh, okay, they can do that. And they can still Bereave afterwards. Am I fine with this? Well, I can't really prevent that from happening, so yes, this happens. Okay, they pass. I will fetch out my... Actually, do I want land of backdoor waits water facility? I think this thing is actually better for me right now. I'll fetch out this thing, mill myself for 1. Okay, that didn't matter. Ooh, nice. So I can actually pay for a Bereave right now if I... Okay, but if I play this, I can't big robot anymore. So I think what I'm supposed to do here is try to big robot first, and then Azure Gust Descendant. In which case, I want to suspend this thing, or do I want to orchestrate this thing first? I mean, like I can hard cast the responders after this, and then if they like tap out to bereave me, next turn I go Azure or Harmonious, and then Azure. Is that my plan? I think I should just Harmonious here, yeah, and then just get this thing out and pass the turn. Like if they slam I and plus immediately, then they're tapped out, so I get to slam Big Robot, and hopefully that does enough. I mean, they have a block. No, if they make a blocker with I just kill that blocker and kill I on the, and then I guess the game goes from there. I can kill that blocker, kill I, and then also play out Azure Gust, and unless they have a board wipe, I think I'm in a pretty good spot. Yeah, that's fine, right? Actually, I can Deadly Spore Swarm that thing. Doesn't make it with haste. It doesn't make it with haste, so and that gets me my Big Robot down to, like, if they want to fight, if they want to bereave this, then that's good for me. Yeah, I'll just kill that now. Let's see if they want to fight over this. If they don't fight over this, then I get my two more. Okay, they don't. Cool. So then I draw 2 cards here, and that gets me to 6 cards in graveyard, which means I get to Big Robot for 1 mana. Or do I want to do that now? I mean, now's not the best time for it. Okay, so I know I can edict me, so I should just try to prevent, or I should try to not double spell or get 2 creatures down until I know that I has been used. Actually, I can go Kumo Ame, and then end of turn flash in, because like this always plays around bereave. And yeah, that's enough things for, it's enough spells to also Azure and Big Robot in the same turn. Or I'll just Big Robot in the turn. Like the main thing I'm trying to avoid is them going I and not killing 2 of my guys. Well, I can't prevent that though. They're going to keep going up in mana. They're up to 7 mana. They might actually just they might play around Spell Pierce with the second I 5 mana for something. Let's see what that is. Really big fiction sign. I can't prevent that from happening, so that, or, oh, I know they have Bereave. I'll let that happen. They also pitch, they pitched, okay, are they going to try to remove me main phase? I don't think they will. Kumo Ame doesn't matter enough for them to remove right now. Yeah, they're just going to pass here. Do I want to run Reinforced Robots or Reinforced Responders into a Bereave? No, I'm still going to keep it in my hand for possible. Well, never mind, I got the counterspell I wanted. So now I'm pretty safe to just go Azure Gust, Reinforced Responders, keep up reality. Like, I can Reality Collapse their Eye next turn. No, they can Eye through a reality Collapse. Or like, if they bereave me, I tap out for it, and I'll just chip in and pass, I guess, again. I'll just like, yeah, I can just keep passing here. I'm not in that much of a... Oh, no, they just slam Eye next turn, and it's like, I Reality Collapse, they bereave it, I flash and Reinforce Responders, Deadly Spore Storm their blocker, and like, I guess hopefully the exchange goes well for me. Well, if they plus 2, then if they plus 1, I actually can't kill on the backswing. Yeah, they're going to bereave back, right? Yours to keep. Okay, sure, that also works. So if that happens, actually, even if I attack down the Eye, I'm in trouble because they have so much graveyard value with these aftermath cards right now. So like, yeah, probably wasn't proactive enough, but at least I kind of got, well, like I did something. I'm not sure what I did though. Inquire. Hanging a pack attack will make this thing kill Eye. So like, if I swing both these guys here, that does something, and I'll keep the Deadly Spore Swarm for later on. Or no, if I swing both here, they just chump the Reinforced Responders. Yeah, I need this thing dead, so I need to use Deadly Spore Swarm to kill that. And the numbers like work out really badly for me, but I guess I'm kind of obligated to also... Actually, I should have inquired first. Yeah, I should have inquired first. Or I could have like tapped out. No, it works out better for me to just inquire like this right now. Because yeah, I might top deck a land, which then means I can trade Hyena Pack Attack so I can push more damage face, I guess. And I just put everything on board and hope that I get there. Yeah, I guess that's my plan now. Go swing here, one here, one here. Go to blockers, Hyena Pack Attack this guy. Use it to kill Eye. I also gain 6 life from that. And then Azure Gust Descendant, and hopefully I have, does it really matter what I take? Do I have any graveyard stuffs? I don't really have any graveyard stuffs. So yeah, I'm out of gas, so if they have anything, I am in very big trouble. I probably played too scared this entire game. Like, I definitely should have just ran my thing into a counterspell earlier, or I feel like I probably should have just taken the Eye off the hand attack, because then I don't have to like constantly worry about that thing resolving the entire game. And I just have to play around 2 Bereaves, which like as a Temple deck, I should be able to play around 2 Bereaves reasonably well. Okay, so now what? Good top decks include cantrips mostly. You're going to play Rakdos Insignia. Interesting. When it enters strike 2. Okay, that's a lot of upside on mana fixer. Is my opponent running Open Ocean? Like, I feel like their deck is just a better version of a deck that I was planning to run later on. So I might just steal their deck for one of the games, or like steal their deck and then replace 4 of the cards for the card I actually want to test. Okay. Seems like they actually have an Aftermath theme in their deck. Do they have a good way to remove my expensive guys though? Assuming that they don't have another eye in hand. I don't think they really do have a good way to remove these guys. I mean, that is enough for a second eye, so like if they have that, they play it, they -2. I guess I scoop up these 2 guys and then have a 3-2 Flying Prowess guy that might get there somehow. Actually, maybe I probably should have just kept Inquire in hand because then the turn afterwards I can preamble it to draw more cards. Like I didn't need to cantrip this turn to get a second land. I had enough to just cast this guy, and then the 1 damage I'm pushing off Kumo Ame off the Inquire probably doesn't matter enough. Or like I could have just swung both guys into I and then kept all my cards in hand. Okay, do they have removal for the big guy? Wait, what? This is just like, oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Isn't this just 4 mana, like instant speed recast? Okay, well, why is it instant speed? Why is it only 4 mana? Like, there's a bunch of questions I have to. I mean, it looks like really random, which makes it worse because it's total. Because my opponent just flipped an eye off this thing. What? And then backside, it's 4 mana, discards 3 cards. Okay, sure. That certainly is a card. I didn't notice that card when I was looking through its sets because I wasn't really looking for that. And yep, that I don't have any way to push free damage, so or I can't push damage from an empty board, so I think I lose here. I don't have a way to deal with I either. So how many? I'm like down a lot of answers. We're down a lot of threats right now. Island, might as well play it. I don't have any discard draw, so keeping the card in hand will just make my opponent use their discard on me. All right, fiction sign. That is possibly one of the better cards I could have drawn. I guess I just have to go for a big fiction sign. Yeah, I mean that's what the card's designed for, so might as well. Or no, they have a counter spell here, don't they? Yeah, they do. Yeah, the bereaved that they've been holding the entire game. Actually, that means I should have fiction sign for 2 to play around to play on bereave. Probably yeah, definitely should have done that. I mean, not that really matters right now because I'm still in a very bad spot. Even if well, like fiction sign for 2 that plays on bereave, draws 2 cards, discards a card. Maybe I get like a 1 mat. Maybe I draw into a big robot and then slashing big robot. They don't really have an answer for it. I mean, I guess they can just minus I again. Or sure, I guess they can just make me discard. Make it. They can loot there. What's my grave page in the sideboard? I forgot what grave page I put. Well, so my opponent's probably bringing in grave page. They definitely have good grave page in the sideboard. I'm bringing in my grave page. I don't think my grave page is as good as their grave page against. Or like my deck is weaker against grave page than their deck is weak against grave page. So I think I'm disadvantaged post board. Okay, well that's not good. Okay. No, they only draw 1. Okay. Sure. A lot of these Aftermath cards feel like they're on rate on both. Or backside's kind of not on rate, but like, but I feel like a lot of these Aftermath cards, both sides put you up a card in a very obvious way, and like this thing puts you up 1 card, and then puts you up 3 cards after that because why not? For only 4 mana. Swamp. All right, fine. I don't play enough flashback spells, I feel. I don't play enough ways to get advantage from my graveyard. Sure. No, this backside of this thing is just a bolt. Okay, sure, I guess. Oh, that's the token they make. And alright, what's the last card I draw? Cool. Yeah. Bad time to start top decking a bunch of lands all of a sudden, but at the same time I was losing anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, 1 mana flip a 6-drop is definitely a card, I guess. Treasure Lantern Amolite. I probably should have put in the other Grave Page artifact instead of Treasure Lantern. I guess if I get an early Kumo Ame, I can stick Treasure Lantern onto it and then try to swing with it. I should definitely have taken like what's it called? Lost Identification, the 1 mana targeted Grave Hate thing. So I just bring in a bunch of deadly. Do I actually not? I don't actually have that much removal, surprisingly enough. Okay, I want New Age Sign because that kills Planeswalkers. Hanging Pack Attack is useless. This thing I don't really need. This thing does bounce tokens, so I'll keep that. I'd probably be on more harmonious academic methods, honestly. And I guess I'll take a board into Amalite Lights because that probably is useful. Oh, actually, I don't need. Do I really need this many Spell Pierce? I guess I'll board out 1 Spell Pierce in case the game goes long, and I'll do this. I mean, Reality Collapse basically counters everything. Seamless Sealing doesn't counter their Planeswalkers. It doesn't. Reality Collapse counters everything as long as I have a guy out. I don't think that's like always doable. I'll try this, sure. That's not good. I guess that's acceptable. In fact, that's even pretty good. I think I'm supposed to bomb 1 of the lands here, so I'll bomb Distant Sky Realm. Or no, I'll keep 3 lands just in case. If they have like turn 1 Grave Hate, they got me, I guess. I milled over 2 spells. Okay, that's good. The good thing about keeping lands in my opening hand over spells is that I don't have to surveil towards lands anymore. Which is actually no. I should have kept spells over fiction signs over lands because I want as many fiction signs in my yard as possible, and that's the best way to get them into my yard is to just flat. Or actually, Do I think I actually want to do big fiction sign. Yeah, I'll do big fiction sign, and I guess I pitch Distant Sky Realm. Or no, I think I'm supposed to pitch Glimmering Reef here. Yeah, I don't think I need double black for anything anytime soon, so I'll just do this. But I will need double blue for stuff, and I should probably hold off on the harmonious academic method until I have a bit more lands, just so that I don't set myself far back too much. Okay, sure, that's fine. 3 mill over 2 lands. Okay. That return stuff. I don't think that's useful right now. I can do actually, I can do a harmonious plus fiction sign. I also need to play around Grave Hate, right? How much do these guys cost? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like I can get 5 cards into my yard. Does that do anything for me? It's good next turn. Actually, I can bounce this thing. I'm not sure if that's worth anything though. I think I should just do the medium fiction sign again. Do dig for stuff, and then harmonious academic records if I don't find another land to do stuff with. Yeah, I'll do that. That's another harmonious. Do I need to bounce spell? I mean, I do need to bounce spell to trigger my stuff. I could pitch a land here. If I pitch a land, I could pitch one of the harmonious academic records. That might actually be what I want to do here because I don't want too many of these guys stuck in my hand since it kind of is like it's bad if I have too many copies of that since it kind of screws over certain sorts of things. Okay, well, Big Robot costs 2 mana next turn, and I will have 4 lands next turn, so that's enough to harmonious plus Big Robot for 2. If they have Amalite Light and they do that to me, yeah, that screws me really hard because then I have to harmonious. I guess I harmonious and then bounce their thing. Alright, I can harmonious and bounce this thing and then replay it for its effect. I'm not sure if that's worth anything, but that's something I could do. They just pass. Interesting. They're holding up counter spells now, I guess. Or they're holding up Amalite Light and they want to do it at instant speed. Well, anyways, I play this. I'm going to fetch Island. Do I want to do anything pre-combat? Alright, if they go Amalite, I will reinforce. Wait, I can't stop an eye technique shift. I guess if they go eye technique shift, I will just bounce my own reinforced. Yeah, I guess I can do that. So then I should just pass here and flash and reinforce end of turn. I guess I can inquire and then flash and reinforce afterwards. Yeah, I'll just swing then. I mean, technically, I could have like done that. They're going to Amalite me end of turn, right? No, footprints. I mean, I could inquire, but I don't think I need to inquire right now. Alright, I'll fetch this for Island, and then I will... Actually, I didn't need to fetch right there, but yeah, I will Big Robot now. Right, it's reduced to... I'll Big Robot. If they have removal for it, they have removal for it. Although, like, if they do... Oh, they found I. Okay, no, that's fine. If they spend their entire turn doing I, then I will be able to bounce my own Reinforced Raiders in response, and then... So I only lose Kumo Ame, and then I still have Harmonious plus Reinforced Raiders next turn, which is a pretty good turn for me. They might be too afraid of interaction to like go for the eye I mean, I is sorcery speed, right? So, like, I mean, if they go for a hit here, they get blown out really hard by countered spells. Are they still going for it? Okay, sure. Bounce my own guy. I mean, they still, like, got decent value off of it. But I also managed to, like, make use of my bounce spell that wasn't doing that much right now. If they have a second eye, though, then that's trouble for me. Okay, so this does cost 1 mana now. So I should just Harmonious here. I don't really want to let them untap, and like sorcery speed answers is just, yeah, I should just get this thing onto the board. To play this, it enters, I get to draw 2 cards. That is not good. So the problem right now with running out Azure Gust Descendant is that it loses really hard to any form of, if they have a second eye, I lose really hard. So I can't afford to run it out, which isn't great because I'd rather have reinforced responders in hand if I want to be pulling back my threats. But I can't really do much about that right now, so I mean I could just go double Inquire. That does draw me 2 cards. And it might possibly draw me into Spell Pierce here. So preamble that, draw a card. Oh. Alright, so this will need to prevent the I do this and then try to take the removal, and then next turn try to Azure Gust Descendant them. Like I don't have to take the removal, right? Instead, I can wait a turn, Inquire end of turn, and then Azure Gust, Rising Floodwaters. Yeah, I'll go with that. They're playing a big 5-drop. Fiction. Oh, they're just doing big Fiction Sign. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. And that means I can next turn I can hand attack them and then or try to hand attack whatever big thing they took off Fiction Sign. They're going to, or they milled over a burn spell, I guess. Yeah. Well, I don't really have a way to prevent them from using it against my Azure Gust Descendant unless I. Actually, no, it means I should be keeping my Inquirer in exile because it means that, like, if I find another instant speed spell, I might be able to protect Azure Gust, Kumo Ame. Okay. Is there any difference? If I play Kumo Ame right now, Azure Gust, so there's no way to protect this guy from the 3 damage spell. Does that mean I should be holding it? There might be an argument for holding it. Anyways, I should just hand attack them first. Oh, that is a lot of. Wait, I can't even. Wait, no, I need to take method because otherwise I just die horribly. Yeah, take method. They don't actually have that much removal. I take method. I have to take that. I have to take method here, or else they just completely blow me out. I play Distant Sky Realm. I play Kumo Ame 1, 2, 3, and I play Azure Gust Descendant. Right? Yeah. Does it really matter how I exile here? Did not. Let me please exile these 2 cards. Okay, there we go. Whack them with Big Robot, and hopefully they don't have enough stuff left over to not die to this. They can just double remains. Yeah, they can just double BCing from the graveyard and just blow up both my guys. No, they don't have it in their graveyard yet, right? They only have Agree to Disagree. Like they could play out one of these guys from hand, and then in order to get it into their yard, or they could find some way of discarding them normally. They're going to. How are they going to get? Oh, Alright, so the bright side is that at least I protected my Azure Gust Descendant against a really easy kill. I still don't need that much black, right? So I can just fetch Island here. Inquire, I mean it protects, there is the possibility that I top deck another 1 mana spell here. Ooh, that is really good. Or is it really good? Okay, so I Spell Pierce this. It grows both of these guys out of range. They can double Discrete from graveyard to kill both these guys. I guess I let Kumo Ami die, and then Spell Pierce one of the Disagrees. Or, well, Spell Pierce that, they have to use up both Disagrees to kill both my guys. Or no, Azure Gust is big enough to where, okay, they can pay 2 and then disagree. I mean, that spends their entire turn and burns up their entire graveyard. I guess it's worth it. Sure. Or at least, like, they can't double Discrete my Big Robot now. They just, okay, they let it get Spell Pierced. They're going to Disagree. Okay, it seems like they're just going to double Discrete my Big Robot, which is fine. Unless they have a way to pitch the remains into their yard somehow. Okay, sure, yeah. Kill Big Robot. It means I need to top deck spells now. I mean, it also means that they did prevent a bunch of the damage potential from my Prowess guys. So, but like I can take, please cantrip. I really want to top deck a cantrip here. That's not a cantrip. Well, that's unfortunate. This is why I probably should have played at least some number of flashback spells, or just some of the aftermath spells actually. Like if I just played, like this card is just really good, right? It's 2 mana counter 2 is like reasonable. The backside is 4 mana seal at 2 cost, which is insane when it's on the backside of a card that's not even that bad. I wonder if they're still playing around my card in hand possibly being an instant speed thing. Yeah, I should be I probably should be playing Disagree in this deck if I wasn't black. They're going to frontside remains. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's not great for me, but that's alright. Right, so I guess they kill one of my guys. At least they kill they can't kill Azurgust because it only kills stuff that's 2 or less. So wait, so then my flyer is still going to unless they have some way of removing my flyer, then they're still at risk of just dying to spell top deck. They can gain 1 extra life from this thing, assuming they're playing the correct gangland or fetchable gangland. So okay, that's fine. I take 1. I'm surprised we haven't seen any Grave Hate come out yet. But sure, I guess I fetch my swamp. Well, I mean, that does get there. Yeah, sure. I guess I play this. Get the Prowess trigger. Do they have removal? They could have removal here. I don't know what removal they're running. They don't. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I guess that's how the matchup plays. Spell Pierce still hits absolutely everything in their deck, so I guess I keep that in. Reality Collapse is on often enough where I'm willing to keep that in. New Ace Sign kills their Planeswalker. Yeah, everything seems in place. Right, let's see. No land. I have to mulligan this. Yeah, decent starting hand. I guess I bomb one of the Harmoniouses because I do not trust my... Oh, actually, I have turn 1 tap land. That's not great, but I guess that's fine. I mean, my opponent also goes turn 1 tap land, but no, me going turn 1 tap land is a lot worse because I have to deal with the fact that I'm the tempo deck. They play Boiling Equator and pass. I will play... I mean, I could hand attack them now, but there's not that much of a reason to do it now, especially since next turn I won't be able to do anything anyways. Nice, I milled a spell. And that's instant, so like, if I go... Next turn I can actually go hand attack Azurgust immediately, get that thing on board. It probably gets removed, but maybe they don't have a removal for it. Or maybe I could try to be a bit trickier and don't immediately do that. Or no, if I go hand attack Azurgust, then there's a good chance I just hand attack away their removal spell, and this thing will stick around for a turn. And that gives me a time to untap into a Reality Collapse for their actual removal spell. Or they could just keep up a counter spell here. Like, if they have Bereave, if they do have Bereave, then I guess I'm forced to snag the Bereave and then run Azurgust into a possible removal spell. I mean, I guess that's fine-ish. Also, Wastewater Facility being my blue source is kind of bad with this thing because I need this thing to be able to return an untapped blue source so I can get my colors. I mean, I could just spend this entire turn digging. Like, I can inquire here, so that next turn I can try to go... I mean, they could also just have Footprints, which they're planning to do end of turn. Is it better for me to run Adrigust into... Like, if they have a possible Bereave, how bad is it if my Adrigust gets countered by that? It's like not that bad. What are the chances I top deck a land if I just inquire here? Actually, I can just big Fiction Sign, and that increases the chances that I top deck a land that way, and then next turn I can go Rising Flood Waters, Adrigust, Inquire. I guess that is better setup than whatever, or at least like, yeah, I do want to hit my land drops for next turn, so I'll do this. Like, if they want to Bereave that, they're fine. It's fine for them. I don't really mind if they Bereave that. Well, they are going to Bereave that. That is aggressive. Like, that's really aggressive. Or not Bereave, but like, oh, I guess this thing does steal Kumaame. A good thing my guides are expensive enough that there's flashback thing, or their aftermath spells don't get value from the backside. I still don't like how a lot of the aftermath spells just really punish having small creatures in ways that don't feel fun. Like, having onboard removal is really unfun, especially if they're just doing their own Fiction Sign thing. Sure. Are they hand attacking me? Huh. Alright, I guess they got me. On the bright side... Oh no, what's the bright side? I need to top deck my way into another one of these guys. Or I get a big robot. Like, that also... No, big robot's a bit ways away right now. Not the blue source I wanted, but I guess I'll have to deal... I guess that will have to do. This is fetching Island, but like not in a very good way. There was actually no reason for me to... Like, last time I could have gone Rising Flood Waters, and then depending on what I saw in hand, I could either go Adrigust or Fiction Sign. So there was no reason for me to go for that play. But yeah, I mean, like, I have to play out my land this turn. Like, I guess I don't have to run out Harmonious Academic Method right now. So then I go Inquire Rising Floodwaters. Like, I guess I'll just go Inquire first. Oh, nice, I got Island. Except I can't make use of the island. Or I guess I can use it to cast Inquire again. Is that better than cracking? Yeah, it is better than cracking right now. Yeah. I also don't have enough mana to prevent a big thing from coming down this turn, so that, like, I guess, well, they know I don't have Spell Pierce right now. Oh, they have that thing. Well, I mean, I guess that resolves. So I can't prevent that from happening. Do they get anything insane? Well, sure. I guess they get to Grave Hate me. Yeah, but like, if this flipped the eye right now, I would have been dead, basically. So I don't like how swinging this card is. They're going to... Oh, wait. They're going to cast Instant Brilliant Knight. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Are they like almost out of gas, right? No, they're going to method me on the next turn, and that dumpsters my entire hand. So I guess I need to play around that. So, oh, Spell Pierce. Okay, that will prevent me from getting... That'll prevent my hand from getting ripped. But what do I do besides that? I guess I can Harmonious and then pass. Because I have counter spells now, so counter spells are better than hand attack at this moment. Or maybe I hand attack them anyways just to see what's going on. No, counter spells work better right now. Yeah, Harmonious, and then play Island. Pass the turn. I think I use Reality Collapse first because I can't guarantee a Paralysis guy anytime soon. Or maybe I can. Like, I don't have... They're just going to jam that. Yeah, like, this would have been really bad for me if I didn't have a counter spell, but I do. But, like, Spell Pierce that. 1-2. Ammonite Light. Do I Ammonite them? They have a bunch of agree to disagrees in their yard. I think I do Ammonite them. Or I guess I can wait on the Ammonite. In that case, I should Inquire just to cycle it. Or do I... No, I should do a big Inquire just because I need the card advantage. So then I should Ammonite for cards instead. Or, I mean, I'll just Ammonite them now to make sure that to not waste mana. Island, okay. There is a chance I can't counter. Well, like, is there anything scary that Reality Collapse does not counter? Right? Like, I can just do this. Fiction Sign, and pass again. Okay, they're going to play a 2-drop. If it's 2-drop, I don't think there's anything that's must counter on 2. Yeah, that's fine. It's a bit annoying, but I've already gotten rid of the worst part. Like, I've already managed to Ammonite them once, so I've gotten the worst that they could have done from this. They flipped they've managed to mill over a method to the madness that I'm basically forced to counter. A good thing I do have a counter spell up, at least. It would have been a lot worse if I didn't have a counter spell up. But like, yeah, like this totally would have wrecked me if I didn't just get the perfect draw with a bunch of counter spells. Oh, that's a second Ammonite. Cool. Do I want the Fiction Sign or do I just want the Flood Wires to see what's in their hand? I mean, I am out of counter spells now, so yeah, I should probably start Flood Wire. I should start hand attacking them just to make sure they don't have anything too scary. Why do they have a Braid in here? I guess it's removal. Might as well take Scatter because that thing is annoying. Do I take the other one? No, it's like, I don't really mind them having that thing up. I'll just Flood Wires them when I try to resolve something. Or like the turn before I try to resolve something. Do I Fiction Sign then? Because I need to do something with my turn. Yeah, let's Fiction Sign. Small Fiction Sign or Big Fiction Sign? Big Fiction Sign means I guess I tap out of Inquire, I tap out of Ammonite. I'll do Medium Fiction Sign then. Okay, well that's a Kumo Ame. If I do this, I guess I tap out of Inquire. I mean, that's fine, right? If Kumo Ame eats in a Braid, I'm fine with that outcome. Maybe I could wait a turn on this, honestly. Yeah, probably should have, actually. Because I know about their Braid in hand. I mean, I don't think there's a good way Kumo Ame's ever surviving in a Braid, so there was... Oh, they're just immediately passing. Okay. They're not going to try to Braid Kumo Ame in response for some reason. Which, sure, I guess that's fine. Second Fiction Sign? I mean, like, I need to... Well, the thing is, like, they have... I need to Fiction Sign eventually. I guess I'll Fiction Sign... I'll do Medium Fiction Sign again, just to look for stuff to do. If they want to Braid this, they're free to. Or, I shoved it up pre-combat. Oh, well, whatever. I don't need more lands. Sure. Yeah, they're going to let me preamble this. I definitely shoved in this pre-combat, actually. They definitely shoved in pre-combat. Okay. They will let me preamble. Okay. That's a Zergust. That can wait. That's one of the cards I'm actually going to fight over. Still not going to Braid the Kumo Ame for some reason. Okay, or do they just have nothing? I feel like they should at least use their cards in hand, right? They're still passing. Okay, sure. Island. Okay, so so then this turn is going to be Rising Floodwaters into Azure Gust and hope that works out for me. They have Scattered, which I can take with Rising Floodwaters. They can try to braid my Azure Gust. I'll try to Inquire twice to counter that. And I should just do all this pre-combat because I want Kuma Ame to see all my spellcast triggers. Alright, are they going for it? Like they could also just Scattered here. They have two Scattered. Counter target spell. Well, I mean, there's no point in running Scattered into... Well, no, I take a braid here because now they can't kill Kumo Ame. I mean, they couldn't kill Kumo Ame anyways. Sure, I guess I take one of the Scattered. I'm surprised they're not casting anything though. But I mean, gets rid of one of the annoying cards, I guess. Whack them again. Well, I mean, like I can still... Okay, they're cracking Boiling Crater. Sure. And they pass again. Okay. Oh, that will let me resolve Azure Gust Descendant. Well, I mean, they can bereave me and then I guess it's not worth yet. I mean, like, am I fine just doing nothing until they possibly top deck I and then lose to that? You know what? Yeah, sure, let's go for it. Okay, they will just go for something now. Interesting one to counter. Oh, I guess that does make sense. They still have bereave up. They still have, if they bereave me, they can still braid me afterwards. Yeah. So do I slam Azure Gust? I mean, that's how I lose here, right? So that means I actually have to wait a turn on this. I mean, I'm still smacking them every turn. The backside to sorcery, so maybe they get greedy and try to play that. Well, no, if they do that, they still have a bunch of... They can still bereave everything I do later on. Actually, I might just Ammonite Light to dig for cards end of turn. They're going to do the backside. Alright, that's fine. The 3/3 is actually quite annoying for me because Azure Gust needs 2 power spells to attack past it. Right, decay this. Wait, why is the backside just 3-mana 3/3 flying? That's like on rate. Like that's almost on rate. And it's on the backside of an already pretty decent card. Yeah, why are all the Aftermath cards so on rate on the backside? Okay, well, time to Ammonite myself. Okay, sure, I guess a bunch of counter spells is one way to, or a bunch of hand attack is one way to get around my opponent's stuff. Oh, 2 of them. Okay, I definitely can't play 2 of them. So, yeah, time to do this. Oh, they have I. Well, I mean, I have to take that, right? I have to take that. The Azure Gusts will be able to survive, or like, they can bereave the first one. Actually, I will let them just bereave the first one, and I'll play out the second one. So, they let it happen. Well, like, they're going to end up turn a braid one of them. If I Azure Gust here, they have to, like, it doesn't change the math by any amount if I do any of it differently. I need to double inquire in order to make it survive that. Like, that's fine, right? I have to double inquire anyways. Or no, I double inquire and then they just don't abrade anymore. Alright, I guess I just have to pass then. I'm probably like playing way too scared here. But I don't really know how to play this matchup, so okay, footprints, yeah, that's fine. Oh, they found an eye. That is not good for me. Or no, they can't put eye in hand from that. Okay, they can't put instant Brilliant Knight, but I actually am insulated against it by... Well, no, they can instant Brilliant Knight and abrade my Azure Gust in response. Well then, at that point, we both fully trade off. I guess I also draw some cards from Inquire, so maybe there's still more gas left over afterwards. They're going to... yeah, they're going to take instant Brilliant Knight, seems like. Or... No, they took another Footprints. Okay, that's fine. That's exactly what I want to see my opponents do. Just like wheel spin. Okay, this. Okay. Well, they found their remains to be seen, so I guess Kumo Ami's dying. I mean, that's still fine. And they get a fiction sign from that deal. Or they kill it for 1 mana, which is not good for me, but I guess it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Kumo Ami wasn't doing much anyways. Now that Azure Gust is in play. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Like, the main problem right now is that my opponent also has 5 cards in hand. Although some of them are lands from my hand attack spell. Like, one of it is just going to be a braid that I need to deal with. Alright. Oh, that's really inconvenient. So, this is going to be an end-term reinforced responder after, like, trading off with my opponent. I think I want to play out the second Azure pre-combat to make sure that, so so they need to use a braid plus... If they block here, they have to use a braid plus something else. Or no, they can just abrade in response to my second Azure Gust. That means I can't actually afford to attack here. Well, so then I just played second Azure Gust and pass. I guess that's what I do have to do here. Alright. Let's see if they want to throw out an Abrade. They're still really reluctant to cast spells into paralysis triggers. Yep, they're still passing. Like we're still at a standstill. The game still gets worse for me the longer it goes on because my opponent has the upper. Like my opponent has. Wait, assuming they're only running 2 eyes, they're out of eyes, which is good because that's a main win condition I'm worried about. Well, let's see what else they have. Oh, is that a third eye? Yeah, they also have a bereave up, so like no, they're just doing really big fiction sign. Okay, that's fine. What did they do? Brilliant. Oh, you know what? I have paralysis triggers lying around, right? Is that Oh, they're pointing both at the same one. Okay, yeah, that's fine. They got one more. Well, they can't spend. They can't use that mana anymore. They got rid of Abrade. They still have one Abrade up for next turn. Oh, actually, no. Abrade kills my big robot too, and there's nothing I can do about it. Well, my opponent can't really. Well, if they Abrade my big robot, they can't Abrade my Azure Gust anymore. So that's fine. Yeah, they have to wait on until my turn. Well, I mean, they can just upkeep this, so it's like fine. Yeah, like they're going to upkeep Abrade my big robot, but now Azure Gust should be able to do stuff. Keyword should. I'm definitely going to crack both Inquirers here because I actually need cards to play now. So they are blocking. Okay, sure. They're just using it to chump or like I mean, it technically forced me to crack both Inquirers, but that is a bunch of lands. That is not what I wanted to see. Oh dear. If they have one more removal spell, I can't prevent that from happening, and then the game probably slips away from me afterwards. So maybe I should have waited on the big robot. I should have like tried to bait out the Abrade with Azure Gust before going for the big robot. They have that thing. All right, sure. They get to draw 2 cards, I guess. Yep, they get to draw 2 cards. Or I guess they get to do this thing if they want. Wait, aren't they going to mill themselves out? It's like, can they win the game before they mill themselves out? Because like, okay, so I just need to survive for 9 more turns and not mill myself faster than my opponent does. How many Kumo Amis do I have? I have 1 more left, right? So I can start like milling my opponent with Kumo Ami, which could be funny. Actually, like I feel like after my graveyard got big enough, there wasn't really a point in milling myself anymore. What did they take? Are they actually going to play? Like, are they actually going to fiction sign though? Like, because you know you are decking yourself, right? Unless my opponent thinks they can win before they deck themselves. In which case, I mean, yeah, it is possible if they have like some really big finisher. Also, if they can just if they can just play the madness from the graveyard, then that nukes my hand, and that is not good for me. How many things do I have? I still have 2 more big robots left somehow. Okay, but like what was I saying? Yeah, so I feel like I probably should have started pointing Kumo Amis at my opponent after I got 6 cards into after I got enough spells into my yard, because then in this spot I would have been in a better spot. But they're still drawing cards. Like they're not. Well, what removal do I have? I have this. Yeah, I have the bounce spell to get rid of their tokens. So if they're trying to kill me with the token army, I at least can try to. Yeah, they're just going to discard me. Not much I can do. Actually, no, wait. There is. Wait, actually, I should do this in response, right? Yeah, do this in response. I still lose 2 to that, but I guess it's slightly less bad for me. Can they kill Azure Gust right now? Surely they have a way to remove it, right? They don't? Interesting. I still think I don't need that much black, so I'll do this. Hey, there's Big Robot. I will keep that in hand until they force me to play out. Apparently they don't have an answer for this. Okay. Do they have another of Dill's method to the madness things? Oh, they're playing either I or big fiction sign. If it's I, then that's pretty big. That's a problem. Yeah, I guess that resolves. Well, the good news here is that if they plus here, they're going to minus here. Yeah, sure. Guess what? I have big robot, last card in hand, so that doesn't. They could have a braid. Let's see if they have a braid. Or are they trying to? Oh no, they just have a hard counter. Yeah, that also makes sense. Is there any point in keeping cards in hand? Not really. Alright, let's see how fast I can kill me from this range. They need to kill me in 6 turns. I'm pretty sure they can kill me in 6 turns. I don't really have much I can top deck here that would... oh, I still have my 2 new way signs in deck. if I get New Age Sign, I can exile I and blunt and stem the bleeding for a bit. Or like a New Age Sign exiles I and then also gets rid of their graveyard in case that matters. I'm not sure if it does. Depending on how many copies of Yours to Keep they have, it could matter because then they get to count, like they can counter my 2 mana New Age Sign with a Yours to Keep. Okay, they're going to do that. Sure. What else do they have? All right, the thing I bounced. I doubt they're going to self-mill anymore, right? Agree to disagree. Oh, okay, yeah, sure, that's fine. Isn't that card kind of just nuts on both ends? Like, this isn't a horrible effect for 3 mana, right? That, in fact, it's sort of standard. I mean, like, it's not a fact that you usually run in your deck, so the constructive playable version of these cards usually have some sort of upside. I guess I do have to draw cards here. Actually, I should be tapping like this. No, there's a possible New Age Sign I need to worry about. I should just tap like this. Okay, let this happen. Treasure Lantern is... Yeah, it's a bit late for that. What do I have one last card. Oh, wait. If I dropped that Kumo Ami there, I could have built them down to 2. I mean, I'm still dead in 3 turns though. So, anyways, Treasure Lantern. I mean, no reason not to play it out right now. I guess technically it's correct to exile it or use it to exile agree to disagree so that they can't like randomly hit me for 3 in the face. And this does drive me towards Kumo or New Age Sign. I mean, that's never resolving, right? Like my win con here is they whack me for 7, they whack me for 7. No, they whack me for 5, they whack me for 7. I'm still not dead after that. If I get Kumo Ami, they go down to 4 cards. Like Kumo Ami, they go down to 1 card. They still kill me before then. New Age Sign doesn't do enough. It does like something. Sure, I'll bomb that. Actually, no. If I top New Age Sign next turn, so like this turn I New Age Sign, reduce the damage to 4, or so take 5, reduce damage to 5, reduce damage to 4, and then top that Kumo Ami next turn. Or are they not? Oh, they already plus I. But yeah, like oh, there we go. Do they have a counter for this? I'm still dead though, right? Or no, Kumo Ami could chump. Or I mean I could minus, but no, wait, they can't. Oh, okay. We're getting somewhere. Yeah. Can they kill me this turn? I guess they probably can, but there might be a chance they can't. Like if they can't, no, it's menace. They need burn from hand, or do they have flashback? Oh, never mind. They can just Yours to Keep and I die. But if I went New Age Sign into Kumo Ame, could that have done it? Like a New Age Sign here, or New Age Sign here, then Kumo Ame, and yeah, like I could have New Age Sign into Kumo Ame could have done it. So like if I just pointed one of my Kumo Ames at my opponent this game instead of myself, then I would have won in this end game state, which is funny to think about. They have lethal, but like they have lethal here, right? They have guaranteed lethal. They just have to cast something from graveyard. Oh, this is only for Aftermath. They don't. Do they have targets for yours to? I guess that technically also does it. Yeah, sure. They can steal my big robot, but that doesn't do anything. Stealing big robot kills them. Yeah, but it's a May, so like it doesn't matter. Or no, they do method plus madness and I die to Grixis. Yep, they got me. Very close game too. Did they not have 2 guard taps? Yeah, like they haven't activated I that turn, so they could attack with extra 2/2, right? Well, whatever, it doesn't matter too much. But anyways, what was I going to say? Harmonious Academic Record method, or like this card reminds me a lot of Gush. So I like how it plays. In these low to the ground temple decks, like this thing sort of just acts as a 1-mana draw 2, but you have to like build around it. Rising Floodwater is pretty powerful. Like it's probably stronger than a lot of decks just don't care about giving the opponent extra lands. Like we have this card in MSEM and it costs 2 mana, so 1-mana version is, and this one even exiles, so like it's 2 different upsides on Thoughtseize. But yeah, anyways, I'm pretty happy with how my opponent's deck played too. So yeah, anyways.